There has been a complete festival all week long. Rendezvous Quatre-Vingt-Sept has been a tremendous event in unison with the Carnival here. Right now, let's go upstairs to Ken Wilson and Bill Clement for the start of tonight's games and the introduction of the players. Rendezvous Quatre-Vingt-Sept, Game 2 coming your way in just a moment.
Last night, actually Wednesday night, no question. A terrific game. Last night, everyone talked about it. Look forward to tonight. No changes really expected on either side. The big line for the NHL, the Gretzky line, the Edmonton line, they'll be intact.
Ken, so much was made of how the NHL team was selected. And the 8 general managers decided to go with certain units. One of the units, Asa Tikin on the left side, Yari Curry on the right side, the great number 99, Wayne Gretzky at center ice, the wonderful Edmonton Oilers line. They had a heck of a game.
And Yari Curry got the big goal early from Gretzky.
Ken, look how much room number 27, Bekoff, gives Wayne Gretzky to wheel and deal. Yari Curry one-times it right between Beloshakin's legs. It's obvious the Soviets had heard of Wayne Gretzky before they arrived here this week.
Game 1 of Rendezvous 87, 4-3 final. The NHL wins it. It truly was a defensive battle. One of the big standouts for the NHL All-Stars, the Washington Capitals, Rod Langway.
You know, we make so much of number 66, Mario Lemieux, and number 99, Wayne Gretzky, but it was a fabulous defensive effort by guys like Rod Langway, along with Rick Green, that really saved the hockey game for the National Hockey League the other night. And Ken, you know what's interesting? He wasn't even supposed to be here, but look at this save. Krutov, part to the left of the net. Grant Fuhr over attacks Makarov. Langway's there. He has help from number 20, Dave Poulin. There's Rick Green sweeping in. Langway just had one brilliant defensive play after another all night long on Wednesday night.
And that play occurred with less than a minute to go in that game. Certainly one of the all-time international defensive standouts. Number 2 for the Soviet Union. He'll be back in there again tonight. Vyacheslav Fedosov.
Ken, 2 years ago, Fedosov was involved in an automobile accident that was a real tragedy. His younger brother, who was one of the up-and-coming stars in Soviet hockey, was killed in that accident outside of Moscow. Many people who have watched Fedosov since then feel that he has never recovered from that setback. And, you know, he didn't really have a strong game on Wednesday night. I think that he might even be at a real crossroads of his career, especially because he is the big leader on this Soviet team. They will definitely look to him to try and pull their bootstraps up and get them a win here in Game 2.
Another member of the veteran 5-man unit with Fedosov is Vladimir Krutov.
He is a top goal scorer, but you know, the scouting report is on him that he can be frustrated when the checking is close. After the game, he was arguing with Vyacheslav Fedosov. He was obviously a very frustrated man, but he is going to have to patch up his differences with the big captain, number 2, in order to take this National Hockey League team tonight. They'll have their hands full. I'm looking for a heck of a game.
And if you were with us for Game 1 Wednesday night, you'll recall that Bill pointed out 3 keys for the NHL All-Stars if they were to be successful against the Soviets. And tonight, really the same 3 keys.
I think so, Ken, with very little variation. First of all, neutralizing that great Soviet speed, and it can be done in a number of different ways that we'll touch on when the game begins. Also aggressive forechecking, but that is not only deep in the offensive zone, it is in the neutral zone. The National Hockey League team did a great job of stopping that Soviet team from getting rolling. The third thing, eliminating the Soviet quality shots. They risk the puck as well as anyone in the world, and when they get into that quality area in front of the net, very dangerous.
And needless to say, there are keys for the Soviets, and the first 2 are the same as they were for Game 1.
Well, Wayne Gretzky had a very good hockey game, and he worked very hard. Mario Lemieux didn't do very much. They could end up with a big surprise on their hands should big number 66 of the Pittsburgh Penguins decide to open the throttles tonight. Second thing, goaltending. The NHL team learned something about Yevgeny Beloshakin. He gives rebounds. He also doesn't handle the puck well, Ken. I suspect that possibly tonight, the NHL team might even direct some pucks toward Beloshakin. The third thing, execution on the power play. The Soviets had 4 chances in Game 1 and didn't execute or score on either one.
Well, the Soviet Union on the power play passes very well. This is a situation, both teams at full strength. Oh, can they move it?
Ken, I like to think if they can move it at even strength like this, and we'll watch some of this passing, you can imagine what they can do when they actually have the man advantage. Tic-tac-toe. Watch this final shot without even stopping the puck right here. Wham, right on Grant Fuhr. They can really pass.
Quick observation I would think the NHL Stars could have a bit of a letdown going in. This one has to mean more to the Soviets.
I think that is what the NHL has to guard against. That will be the one enemy of the NHL team tonight, I agree, letting down.
Let's go down to the ice for the player introductions. Claude Bedard and Robert Falls.